Welcome to Amar Ghare Amar School. I hope that all of you are keeping well. As you can see on the board that our today's class will be on articles. So you know that in my previous class I talked about the use of a and an, the use of the indefinite articles. So today I am going to talk about the articles, the definite article, the use of the. So okay, let's start. Are you ready with your copy? If you are not, please get ready with your copy and a pen and try to write down as soon as I write them on the board. So dear students, let's start. At first, if the same noun, if a noun is referred for the second time, we need to use the article the. For example, yesterday I bought a shirt. That shirt is red. So look at these two sentences. Yesterday I bought a shirt. Here the shirt has been used, and the second sentence, this shirt is red. So this word is already referred. So this is the second time. When we use the same noun for the second time, we need to use the article the. So yesterday I bought a shirt. This shirt is red. Because when I am using this word for the second time, it becomes definite. It becomes definite, so we need to use the article the. Understand? Now come to the next rule. When a singular noun represents the whole class, when a singular common noun represents the whole class. For example, the cow is a domestic animal. So students, look at here the word cow. So cow is the common noun and it represents the whole class, that not a single cow is only a domestic animal. All the cows in the world are the domestic animals. So when a singular noun represents the whole class, then we need to use the article the before this noun. When a singular noun represents the whole class, but sometimes there is an exception. Before the common noun man, no article is used. Man is mortal. So it represents the whole class, though it represents the whole class, but you cannot use any article before it. This is exceptional. You should keep in mind that this is an exceptional case, that the common noun man doesn't take the article the before it when it represents the whole class. Now the is used before a name of any river, any sea or any ocean. Any river, sea or ocean. Before the names of these things, you must use the article the. For example, the Meghna, the Black Sea, an ocean, the Atlantic, the Atlantic. So you need to use the article the before the names of the river, before the names of the sea, before the names of an ocean, before the names of mountain ranges. Mountain ranges, a group of mountains togetherly. For example, mountain ranges, the Himalayas, the Alps. So these are the mountain ranges. But when there is a single mountain or a single peak, the highest point of a mountain is called the peak. So when you are using the names of any peak or a single mountain, you do not need to use the article the. So no article will be used there. For example, Mount Everest. So most of these students make the mistakes, they use the Everest or the Mount Everest. This is wrong. You should not use the article the before here. So it will be a cross before the Mount Everest. I think you have understood. Now, before the group of islands, if you see a name that refers to the group of islands, you need to use the article the. But if it is a single island, so no article will be used here. For example, group of islands. Group of islands. For example, the Andamans. The group, the Andamans. But if you say Saint Martin, you know, the only and one coral island in Bangladesh, that is Saint Martin. So here the word Saint Martin doesn't take an article before them because this is the single island. This is the single. So no single island will take the article the. But if it is the group of islands, it will take the article the. Now come to the next rule. Before the names of any canals or deserts. Canals or deserts. We need to use the article the before them. For example, the Suez Canal, the Sahara. So this is the name of a canal and you need to use the article the, and this is the name of a desert and you need to use the article the before them. We know that most of the countries do not need to take any article before them. For example, Bangladesh, the no article. Bangladesh is a beautiful country. So we do not need to use the article before the word Bangladesh. But there is a few countries which are geographically meaningful. They take the article before them. For example, the United States of America, that is the USA, the United Kingdom, the UK, and the Ukraine, the Netherlands, the West Indies, the Irish Republic. Here, if the Irish Republic, here if you see the word republic with any countries, you must use the article the before it. So there are some other countries like the Maldives. So similarly, you have to use the article the before them. And there are two other places, that means the Punjab and the Hague. These two places also take the article the before them. So these are commonly, these are some common countries which take the articles the before them. You know that if you see a book, a famous book or a holy book, you need to use the article the before them. For example, the Quran, the Iliad. Okay, Iliad is a famous book written by a famous Greek writer, Homer. So, if you use the name of famous book, you need to use the article before them. But if you use the name of the writers before the names of the book, you do not need to use any article before them. For example, Homer's Iliad. Homer's Iliad. So here you cannot use the article. Here cross will be used. So no article will be used before the names of the book. If you use the names of the person, then the names of the writers there. There are some things which are unique in their position in the world. These unique things always take the article before them. For example, the sky, the earth, the moon. So these are the things which are unique in their position in the world, and these names always take the article the before them. You know that degrees are of three kinds: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. So superlative degree always takes the articles the before them. For example, he is the cleverest boy in the class. So look at the use of the here. Cleverest. You know the word clever. This is the positive form. Cleverer is the comparative form, and cleverest is the superlative form. So as it is superlative, so you must use the article the before the word cleverest. You must use the article the before a superlative form of the word. Now, another rule, sometimes you need to use the article the. You must use the article the before an ordinal number. For example, he is the first boy in the class. So, look at here, the first, the word first is the ordinal number. So before the ordinal number first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 10th, 11th, 50th. So these are called the ordinal numbers, and these ordinal numbers always take the article the before them. I hope you have understood. Musical instruments. Musical instruments always take the article the before them. For example, he plays the guitar. He plays the guitar. He plays the flute. He plays the flute. So these are the words, musical instrument, and you need to use the article the before them. As an adverb with comparatives, we know that no comparative degrees take article, any article, even if it is a, an, or the. But sometimes, if the adverbs are used as comparatives, they must take the article the before them. For example, the sooner, the better. Basically, comparative form doesn't take any article, but if they are comparatively used in a sentence, they must take the article the before them. You know, there is a common word, there is a common sentence, a proverb. The more you read, the more you read, the more you will learn. The more. So these are the adverb, and you have used the article the before them. As we have already talked about in my last class, that no article is used before an adjective, but sometimes we need to use the article the before an adjective to make it a plural common noun. For example, the rich are not always happy. Here, basically the sentence is rich people are not always happy. Rich people are not always happy. But we have not used the word people, the noun people here. Rather, just by using the before the word rich, we have made it the noun, plural common noun. And as it is plural common noun, the verb must be in plural form. The rich are not always happy. We know that before any material noun or any abstract noun, we do not need to use any article. For example, iron is hard. So this is a material noun. I know, I hope that you know about material noun. So material noun do not take any article before them. Similarly, abstract nouns also do not take an article before them. For example, honesty is the best policy. So here this is abstract noun and no article is used. But remember, if this material noun or the abstract noun, if they are meant definitely, so they always take the article the before them. For example, the honesty of Haji Muhammad Mohsin is praiseworthy. The honesty of Haji Muhammad Mohsin is praiseworthy. So look at here, in this case we do not need to use the article the before it because it is commonly known as the abstract noun. But when this abstract noun has been used as the definite one, the honesty of whom? The honesty of Haji Muhammad Mohsin, of a particular person, then you need to use the article the before it. So the honesty of Haji Muhammad Mohsin is praiseworthy. So you can also, you may also need to use the article the before a material noun if it is meant definitely. For example, the iron used to make the table is very strong. So in this case, you may use the article the before the material noun. So and before any particular meal, you do not need to use any article. For example, lunch, dinner, supper, breakfast. I took breakfast. So you cannot use I took the breakfast, I took a breakfast. You cannot use. You cannot use any article before the names of the meals. The names of the meals are breakfast, lunch, supper or dinner. Before school, college, church. So these are the places where you do not need to use an article if they are meant as primary purpose. For example, he goes to school. Here, he goes to school means he is a student, and his primary purpose is to go to school for learning. So here you do not need to use an article before them. But his father went to the school for paying his son's tuition fees. So look at here, his father, his primary purpose is not to go to school for study. This is his secondary purpose. So he is not a student, So here you need to use the article the before the noun. And you know that before the names of any sea, river, so you need to use the article the, but never use the article the before the names of any lake. For example, Baikal, cross, the Caspian, never use the article. Before the names of any lake, you do not need to use the article the. So these are all, if you go through the books, any grammar book, you will come across some other rules, and if you find problem, you will ask us going to the Kishore Batayon. So let me give you some example on today's class homework. He was elected mayor of the city. Number 2, dash Quran is a holy book. Number 3, dash dinner is ready. Number 4, dash poor are always with us. Number 5, John got dashed best prize. So do the homework at your home and have them check it by your subject teacher after reopening the school. You can also watch the today's class video on Kishore Batayon. So log into it and participate in the quiz competition there. So the class video will be available in the Kishore Batayon. Thank you very much.